Hey, what's up everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we're looking at the Super Action Statue WARSMAN figure. This is kind of similar to that JoJo figure that I used for the custom ninja. This guy will also be used for a custom. I actually have two of them for two different customs. There's the regular version and then this orangish colored one. I'm not going to tell you what I'm making out of them because I like to keep a little mystery in the air around here. So if you want to try to guess, I'll give you one hint, and that is the colors of the two figures, though purely coincidental, both lend themselves to the figures I'll be making, and they're both from the same universe. So that's all I can tell you. If you want to guess, that's fine. This is the player 1 version, this is player 2, or first and second, whatever you want to call them. And it is just an awesome, awesome figure. I was just looking at these actually to buy for myself, and then I was able to talk some customers into letting me use them for the base figure. So he stands just about 6 inches tall. So pretty much in scale with Marvel Legends. Of course, he's got different proportions. And once I put a larger head on him, because he's got the really small head there, he'll be just about the right size for what I want. And that'll be good. And he comes with a good batch of accessories. He's got a total of 10 different hands. So he's got the 2 fist hands. He has 2 of these open hands. Nicely sculpted, and they all have the little armor padding on there. And then he's got 2 of these open hands, which I'm hoping I can use for holding accessories. And same with these, slightly different open hands. And then he has these 2 hands, which I don't know if I'll be able to use, but they're really awesome. He's got these little spikes coming out, which are made really well, and they're painted well, and they look sweet. So hopefully I can use those. And then he has a total of 3 different heads. I guess he's some kind of robot. I have no idea about this character. So that's his regular head. That's a smirking, open mouth, smiley, happy face head. And then he has the open face. That's why I think he's a robot head, because of all of that going on. And look at that detail. Such a nice job. Really like these figures. Then he also comes with a base, which is pretty humongous. It's this kind of milky, translucent plastic. Let's zoom out a little bit. And it comes with these covers, but I'll show you the covers in a second. You can use this piece here to snap them together. And you're meant to make a whole big display thing out of this by collecting all of these figures, I guess. If you look here, it tells you how to build the arena. And then, like I said, it comes with these little covers, these insert type things. You can put those on top of the base. Of course, I won't be using these, but they go on there, and then the peg holes still allow you to use the upright stand, and then it has little caps to hold it in place. But this stand here is the same as the other JoJo figure, so the customer that bought the, he actually bought the anime Deathstroke from me. I'm pretty sure that stand is similar enough to this one that he'll be able to use this big base to put both of the figures on in kind of like a fight scene, fight pose, so that would be cool. And if you are just buying this figure to buy the figure, not for a custom, I'll show you these. You have the 2 colored ones, which says Super Action Statue WARSMAN 1, little silhouette in that, and then we just have this other one here, and then you have 3 plain old white ones, which are meant to look like ring mats, or not mats, but the bottom part of the ring. So that's pretty cool. Now let's take a look at the actual figure. He's got a very plain body, but he's still pretty cool. The dark gray parts, the blacker parts are kind of like a metallic gunmetal color. Then there's some really nice shading on those gray or blue parts. Paintwork's pretty clean everywhere else with shading and nice line work. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. And the articulation is really good. The neck is on a ball peg, so it moves all around, and the head is on a hinged ball peg, so you get a really good range of motion out of that. Can't wait to put a new head on that. The shoulders have the butterfly joint, which works pretty well, and then a ball hinge with a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and they also swivel just a little bit, but they do swivel on there. And then the wrist has a ball hinge as well, so it has the hinge, and it rotates at the hand and at the wrist. So really good range of motion there. The upper torso is on a double ball peg, so it can go forward and back and side to side. The side to side is kind of limited. I'm going to see if I can do anything about that. And then it also does have this hinge, which is more like a standard ab crunch, which just adds to it. And I'm going to try to augment that a little bit as well. And then that piece has a swivel at the waist. So really the torso has a really good range of motion. You can pose them really well. And then the hips are T-jointed ball hinge hips, so they go forward and back. They go really far forward, and all the way out to the side. and you can really get him in some cool poses. He has double jointed knees, and then the ankles are the same as the wrist. They swivel at both ends and hinge. Then he has a toe pivot as well. So you can really pose this guy however you want to. If you want to put him in a cool like ground stance, you can do that no problem. Like Spider-Man or Batman or somebody, I don't know. Really cool. The posability is awesome. Sculpt's pretty darn good. So I'm really excited to use this guy for my 2 customs. They're not going to the same customer, unfortunately. But like I said, one of them is going to the customer that got the Deathstroke, and it'll fit in just fine with that figure. So I'm really excited about that. So there it is, guys. I do recommend this figure. He's hard to come by. He's not being produced anymore, so you're going to have to pay a little bit for him. But if you like highly articulated figures, this is definitely one to pick up. And there he is. Does have the peg hole in the back there for the stand. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and eventually the customs these guys are going to be turned into. In the meantime, keep collecting.